Alright.
3, 2, 1, mark. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am Envizion Revelations.
Heyo, I am not Envizion Revelations, I am ECKOhour.
He's my evil half. Welcome to Dual Architects. Alright, so ECKOhour, why don't you say what we are doing?
So here on Dual Architects, Rev and I are going to be on the exact same map. If you happen to look up at the mini-map, or you have noticed just through features alone, Rev and I have the exact same map. And going forward, we are going to, each month, put finger quotes around that, each in-game month, we're going to have a showcase of what we're working on, what we're building, the events of our town, and we're going to see how two different minds, architectural minds, be they insane or sane, how they, or just ruthless dictators who send their townies to go to their deaths. Regardless of what happens, we're going to see exactly how two different people who have maybe faced the same scenario, how they face it differently. So hopefully we see two completely different towns get birthed from the exact same map. It should be interesting. And then in between times we'll be talking about different topics about the game, about the community, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's just as you said, we'll be choosing our own start location when our townies the same map and everything. So our townies start in the same location, but you know, we each chose our own starting point, you know, based on our own preferences. And it's going to be interesting to see how our different towns develop based on where we have chosen and how we decide to build our towns up. And we'll talk about the different current events in towns as much as we can. Try to survive this very dangerous map. It's full of enemies ready to kill us. As an added bit of difficulty, you know. Beyond just being on a mixed map with all these enemies anyway, we're also playing with a game with sieges on. They're on normal. So we have to, you know, not only, you know, get through the initial enemies, but then we have to be protected the entire time. So it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a mixture of not only getting to watch two cities being built at the same time with dual commentary, but you could see action, see the adventure of our townies trying to survive out in these dangerous wilds. It's going to be a great show. I really hope.
Futilely, maybe.
Futilely, yeah. So I hope you'll join us and enjoy our series. We're going to run it for as long as we can, for as long as we have a townie surviving. We'll see how far we can go and see what kind of cities we can come up with. Right here is where I'm going to be starting. This is going to be my starting location right here. It's a real nice open area. It's going to give me lots of space to build my initial town, but it has the disadvantage of there being this brownie village right where I need to start. There's a sand crab and a couple of froggies. It's going to be a tussle over this nice fertile piece of land.
And I am going to be starting right here, just at the northern tip of the lake. It's going to be the path of least resistance starting out. Not really any baddies over there. It is a stone's throw away from a jungle that has a few froggies, but hopefully I can get my townies armed and ready to defend themselves before the froggies show up and start becoming a threat.
Alright, so we're also going to be, as soon as we hit play, we're not going to pause it again. It's going to be running on through, even when sieges come. no warning. They're just going to come through. Our cities will be in sync, so you just get to see how long it takes to build each kind of our cities, you know, in real time and real reference to the other. So, Echo Hour, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off.
And they're off. So what I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to be turning all of my townies into soldiers, so I can move them all in a group.
And what I'm doing is I've already got queued up some tree cutting and some harvesting just to start my town off. Hopefully I can get some weapons built up for these poor fellows before they get eaten alive by the environment.
Yeah. This person is supposed to be group 1, not group 2.
Uh-oh.
It's not bad.
Alright, so now that everyone's... Oh, I need to also put them in a patrol group. So let's see, this froggy's out by himself. Let's go take him out first. Move the whole group together. This is a pretty useful tactic on any kind of a dangerous starting map, be it, you know, the snow map with the Yetis and the deserts. It's a pretty effective method to coordinate your forces together and move in a single group. It's good to remove the other patrol points so that you don't divide your forces up like that.
Already I have a tree keeper, but I was able to kill it with only a bruised, so could have gone a lot worse.
Now I'm gonna rush into the brownie village.
Charge!
Charge! They don't even... Oh, and I lost somebody.
Oh no!
Oh, we only lost one person. Oh, look, and they even dropped a spear. Someone go get the spear.
Here. Someone, Athelos, go equip the spear. You're our town leader. You get the spear. Alright, now let's make everyone into civilians. We're gonna have to bury this body as quickly as possible before it becomes ghosts.
Now at the same time, Tree Keeper killed one of my townies, so we're still on par with each other. We're still got 10. And I have a perfect place to bury him too.
Yep. I'm going to get to my carpenter's bench.
My utilities going first. I don't have any wood. Of course I gotta chop down some wood first. Again, we want everyone to kind of be together, so chopping areas together, try to have them all follow the same path. Oh, there's a froggy right there too. Athelos, go attack the froggy. And he's dead. Good job.
Good job, Athelos. Now, Rev, I was kind of curious, because you've been in this for a while. You've been in the community and just generally following around town, so to speak. I've kind of been curious as to how exactly you came across towns to begin with, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that you've been in this since relatively early on, before beta, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, it was still alpha. I haven't been around as long as some people have been. It's been a pretty good while. I need some stone while I'm talking here. I was first brought to towns by a video Sips did. He had just started his Let's Play. He did. I think I had missed his evening with Sips, but I caught his episode 1 of his Let's Play, and episode 1 I was like, you know, this looks like a pretty good game. I might kind of go for this. I like city building. I had just, you know, kind of recently played Minecraft, and, you know, it's still, you know, in kind of the creative building mood, and but I didn't quite buy it yet. And then episode 2 came out, and I was watching him have famines and stuff with his farms weren't working out too well. I was like, you know what, I can do a better job. So I went and I bought it, and I played it, and I loved it. And I made my first post on the forums. It was March 26th of last year. So I've been with Towns for just almost a year. So it's been a pretty good run.
And then I suggested one day to do a build contest, and I've been part of the modding community ever since. And how did you discover the game, Echo?
I'm sure many of your viewers may have come by Towns. Was just casually strolling about Steam one day, as I often tend to do. Going on to play one of my many games that I have in reserve to play. I have a very large backlist. And there on the front page, I hadn't even heard about Steam Greenlight before this. This was the first time I'd even seen a Steam Greenlight. But there on the front page was a Steam Greenlight for Towns. And honestly, I don't know what drew me about it. Because I'd seen Sims at first glance, because the first image you see for Towns looks very Minecrafty with just the blocks of dirt and the hills, and at first, the very first second I saw it, I thought, oh, here's another Minecraft clone. But I was kind of drawn to it because I had played Terraria before, and Terraria at first glance kind of looks like a Minecraft clone itself too. But it's definitely not. Anybody who's played Terraria knows that Terraria is definitely its own game.
It's all part of like the same kind of genre. It's not it's not voxel based or anything, but it's still the same, adventure and build. So it can be easily
misconstrued as a. I mean, it's not a game ripping off Minecraft by any means, nor is Towns, which I soon came to find out.
No.
So I saw it. I saw it for cheap. I was kind of curious, so I watched a video or two about it. I said, this looks kind of interesting. I had seen Dwarf Fortress before, and I thought that looked interesting, but what turned me off about it was it just had way too many ASCII menus. But the whole kind of setting zones in this definitely drew me in. So I went ahead, bought Towns, and then one thing led to another. I'm playing Towns, trying to figure out, hey, what's this Towns game all about? How do I do it without killing my townies? And lo and behold, one of the first videos that came up when I was looking for what to do was a little guy named Envizion Revelations making some YouTube videos, and I don't, wherever he is, I just want him to know I'm grateful for his service.
Well, I'm sure he's thankful for your support here.
Kind words.
Yeah. Well, while you're talking here, I'm finding all kinds of mobs have decided to come to my town and give me all kinds of grief. So I'm desperately trying to fight them off at the moment. I'm down to 7 townies.
Oh no!
I'm having a bit of bad luck.
I wouldn't know the first thing about that. I wouldn't. I never experienced such travesties ever in my life. Things have been relatively peaceful here. Other than my first townie who died, actually rather surprisingly from a tree keeper. If you see the footage, if you're able to cut away from it, because it did sound like the brownie stuff was much more exciting. Mine was just a bunch of people around a tree. The guy was full health, and I guess the tree keeper just got a few lucky blows on him, even though he was surrounded by 5 other townies and was able to kill him relatively fast. So it was unfortunate, but I guess it was one of those things that couldn't be avoided.
Yeah, a lot of this battle can't be avoided. It's hard to make all these patrol points and everything, get them all moved around, and now pretty much everything is dead. The entire froggy population has now been wiped out in this big battle that's been going on, and I've taken effort to make sure I was not on the same level as
the townies were. In the case that a townie should die and scream horribly, it's one of those sounds I don't want to subject my viewers to be listening to.
No, the female death is particularly painful to hear.
It is.
Many a time am I just playing towns, not paying much attention, just kind of minding my own business, and then those death audios, man, can make you jump a mile high. If you're not paying much attention, they just come out of nowhere, and they are loud.
They certainly can.
Now, I saw on the forums today that you guys just announced today is the 4th of March. It's a Monday here on the eastern coast of the United States for me. It's about 10 o'clock in the evening, and you guys just announced today that you are having a building contest.
Yes, we are. We have done building contests in the back for different versions, and each has had a different theme. The theme for this one is anything water and or lava-based, any kind of liquid in the game. You can manipulate it. That's the only real requirement is to do that, and the rest is up to you. You can build whatever structures you want, and it's all about having fun. It was just going to be a bit of fun when I first suggested it, but it grew to be a big community event, and I really hope everyone watching will participate. Just to have fun. It's it's not any kind of gloating thing. It's just to be creative, be part of a community event, to inspire others. People have been inspired by other people's builds a lot in this game, and it's something people should really strive to do. So that would be my encouragement to everyone.
Your little shout out for the contest. Now it's gonna be. It was designed, this build contest, if I'm not mistaken. It was designed to kind of showcase one of the big new features for version 10, which is, as you mentioned, the ability to manipulate water.
It was the water.
Yes. And I know you, in particular, were excited about that, about the ability to manipulate water.
Yeah. The biggest issue, one of the biggest game killers in the past was if you were digging in the dungeon and you dug up into the river, your entire dungeon would flood, and there's nothing you could do about it. Water would break any kind of block you made. There was absolutely nothing you could do. But now, this is the first version to do this. Is now you can actually block water with certain blocks. Not every kind of block, but with certain blocks. And you can control water. You can bring it up. You actually want to get water now. In V10, we now have this sugarcane and bamboo, which require you to be within 2 blocks of water. So it's really cool because with it you can bake cakes, and I'm sure there's gonna be other features in the future using it, and there'll be other crops, like barley and stuff like that. So that's gonna be a lot of good stuff to look forward to. And we got the swaying trees and stuff. I mean, it's a great there's a great update, and it's going to be just as good of a build contest to go with it.
Now, in your conversation there, and I accidentally committed one of the cardinal sins of towns. It was not intentional, actually. I accidentally deleted a corpse.
Oh, yeah.
I accidentally deleted a corpse. I was trying to order my people to chop down a tree, and it turned out it was a tree keeper with a corpse right over top of it. And I just through muscle memory ordered my person to ordered it accidentally to destroy a corpse. But in that time, 2 of my townies died due to tree keeper. So
yeah,
I actually was immediately going against our rules too. I accidentally paused the game when the first enemy came around that I didn't anticipate. But I paused it. I was like, oh no, I don't need to pause it. And I quickly unpaused it again, so that I got them, in real time, got them all to equip weapons and stuff. And I've actually been pretty fortunate. I mean, I might have lost 4 townies, but 2 of the enemies dropped. So immediately I was gearing up my survivors.
Oh well, there you go.
I get the snake tooth over here too. I can make like a poison sword or something with it. We'll have to investigate that pretty soon.
May they know that may their families know that their deaths were not in vain.
Oh, there's another spear. Shoot.
Oh, look at that! You're just finding spears left and right. And I am.
It's Spear Valley here.
I'm running into a lot of.
Call this.
A lot of tree keepers here. So while I was looking at the forum today, I did notice that a couple people had brought up the topic of, and this was their opinion, that the building contest shouldn't be allowed to feature mods because that wasn't a showcase of what the game was about. It wasn't what the developers had designed. Mods are a community-built thing. So I was kind of interested in picking your brain on that. What were your thoughts on whether or not mods should be allowed in the contest or not?
My opinion on it is mods are okay in that because of what Towns is, it is a community game. It's become a big community game, and the mods aren't really. They aren't giving people an advantage and say like you'd be playing Call of Duty and you mod and a weapon that kills everybody on the map just shooting in the air. You know, it's not a detraction away from the game. It's actually, you know, a big addition to the game. I mean, it's like in Minecraft. Minecraft is alluded a lot to because it's just, you know, the name you think of when you come to indie games. But Towns, to get to mod things to better suit how you want to build your town, you can mod in new blocks for how you want to make a certain building look. You can mod in new statues, mod in a statue of yourself if you want. You'll proclaim you're the God King of these towns while you're controlling them. You can do that, and I got more battles going on over here. Look, another spear. It's for modding though. Well, when it comes to a build contest though, people might think it's kind of a gray area because it may give someone an advantage over someone else entering the contest who's playing it in vanilla. But I think it's not about that. It's because those mods are available to anybody. Anyone can use those mods, and it's just the mods are only tools to flesh out your creativity. It doesn't hinder you or hurt you to do it, or really not to do it. It's only, you know, what you're willing to do to put into your game to get out of it. So it's for that reason that
it really whether or not you subscribe to the use of mods, because I'm actually one of those people that usually plays vanilla. I'm actually one of those people that usually doesn't do mods, but I'm going to be one of the first people to say that mods are as much a showcase of what a game is, what it is capable of, and what it has within it as the vanilla version. Developer's design, but it is still using that game's engine. It's still using the parts that game is built on, and the community now, it's a developing realm where the community now is as much able to build the game as the developer themselves, and I don't think that should be something that should be frowned upon. I think that should be something that should be embraced, and you know, actually, I think it's cool when someone builds something like something as simple as a snow mod. I think that's cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can testify to that. I did that in my series. But you brought up a thing I was going to mention. Like I don't really personally use mods myself. The only mods I ever used in Minecraft was like one texture package and the world edit, so I could do more work at a time when I was building my cathedral. Other than that, like in Towns, I really haven't used any mods since I've been playing Towns, and pretty much the entire year. I've looked at a couple mods, but I've never really tried to build a city with them. Just because, you know, not that I have anything against mods, it's just really not my cup of tea. But at the same time, I'm not going to deny someone else using mods, because it's not my personal preference. It's up to what you want to do. It's your own tools you want to use.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. I was kind of carefully planning out how I was going to build my building here, which is dangerous because I'm still kind of in the preamble stages of getting my townies fed. So I always am planning too far ahead.
Yeah, right now it's day 5, and I've been so distracted by commentating and surviving out this wilderness that I've neglected to build my food source. I'm just now getting a couple crops planted, some wheat to start making some bread. So I'm hoping my townies don't starve, because that wouldn't be good.
Oh no, Rev.
It'd be a very short series.
No.
Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Everyone's dead. Everyone's turned over.
And everyone died. I mean, I guess you could always find some. I mean, it's a quick fix, but there's plenty of apple trees and pear trees lying around.
Okay, well, we're coming up to the end of this episode, our first episode. I think it's not been too bad. I think we were pretty successful. People a little hungry and have a couple stab wounds, but you know that's all in the name of show business. And so what have you accomplished this
Gotta break
episode?
a few eggs to make an omelet. So what I've done, and it's very meager. I have my carpentry laid down here, and my masonry laid down here. I'm building next to the lake, as you have all gathered. I've got my trees and wheat fields planned out for the moment, but not really filling them out. I'm kind of adding a little bit at a time to my wood farm, using caution, because I've learned my lesson more than a few times. And then, at the moment, I'm using apples and pears to sustain my populace while I use the wheat to continue adding to the wheat fields, and eventually I'll be able to use that as a source of bread. And then hopefully I can get some chickens. Get some omelets. I know you don't like that. I know you like to have bread, but I'm an omelet fan.
I like meat. I'm a meat eater.
Technically,
so I'll get going with meat foods as soon as I can.
Technically, eggs are meat. I'm not gonna get into that debate, but technically, if you want to get technical, eggs are meat.
I have a feeling there's a debate in there. I'm not sure if I want to go down that road.
Next time on Dual Architects, we argue what a meat is. What have you accomplished today? What is your? You've wiped out a brownie population.
I've wiped out the brownies. No, the bronies are fine.
I
haven't touched the bronies.
Paper towel.
The brownies are dead. I've taken out half this jungle full of froggies because they were venturing over here. I'm reaping all the land. You know, like us Americans do. That's how we roll. We take lands from natives. That's probably so it's sensitive of me to say. Thanks for watching,
somewhere
everybody.
out there, native.
Yeah, there goes all that population. All that demographic stops watching my shows. But I've got, you know, my town isn't being built. I'm just kind of trying to get by. My bakery is going to be where it's going to be. But this will all be rearranged. It's just to make us get by. We've had survival, you know, in mind first. We might. I still have the tree stumps here of the Brawny Village. I don't know what we're going to do with these. Maybe we can decorate them up somehow and make them a part of our decor of our city when we build it. But
here, the ancient civilization.
yeah, it would be a. Nah, we'll figure something out. But I think this is about to do it for this episode. And tell us what you think.
So.
Leave us comment. Maybe not next week, but maybe the week after that we'll have our first guest on the show, and you know, we talk about some cool things like that. So please join us for the next episode. I have been Envision
And
Revelations.
in the comments. And I am Echo in the comments. Let us know how often you want to see this. Do you want to see this once a week? Do you want to see this as often as we can? We're interested in your feedback.
You want to see it every day?
Oh man, we'll do the best we can.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.
Some of us have lives, Red. Bye.
Bye, everybody.